What is poppin' people? Guys, the channel from here. Welcome to the channel. We got some more Millenniummon. I'm sure people wanted to see some Millenniummon and the changes that I've made. I did make more changes after this game because despite us being in EX11, didn't bloody feel like it. So we got Gomer in the back, Gomer in the front, and KnTElixar with in between theaters. So, you know, as far as things go, mogging us in terms of the cards seen. We are going to push up though, and we are going to make Deltamon. I'm going to trash the Chimera to add back the 5, which, well, add back the Millennium, and then just end up putting him back in trash anyway. So we're just trying to be a little bit memory efficient. He does actually end up staying in the back, so we've got a Hiroko here. So now we're not, well, we are kind of at assembly positioning because like they are going to be in trash at the time of ISU. Actually, double check that for me. Does anyone know? It's like, if I mark something for deletion with ISM, can I assembly? It looks like it's not going to matter because I'm going to set up something in trash there again. And, you know, if anything bad happens to this Delta, I'm kind of chilling. Still in a little bit of trouble as we are going to get that free Goma played off of the Hiroko. And, well, goodbye Delta. That does put the names we need now in trash. And we're going to go into Divers. We have Battle Protection, get the Shark down. And this is Swing the Delta, Suck up the Unsuspend, Free Neptune, 1 Chikorino. Yeah, why wait till the end of your turn to make Neptune? You can just do that joint on the fly, no boost needed. Swing Neptune, play out Goma with the Diver effect, because now that is an inherit. And then, of course, unsuspend. Get the Chimera in trash. You know, we got draw spells. Got spells on spells on spells. And it looks like we're going to end on IBT, which does mean we can Dankanan to go for Abyss Sanctuary, which is going to give us another Goma for the search. Just keep on seeing cards. Double hit. Speaking of seeing cards, I think it's finally time to see our cards, our delay options done. You know, can't be sitting here as the Senate and just not doing anything. So we're going to ISM and Assembly. So this is going to be a 5-cost Millennium. We play from trash, not from hand. So good thing that there was one of each, because I was about to trundle that. Digivolve 2, and then this is going to be a pop. There's no Kalmara, so we don't have to worry about decode. And then end return, we're going to Wicked God Emerges to delete the Millennium and play the Z down. So we're marked for deletion, but first we're going to spin one of the Gomas to the bottom by loading a Kalmara to the top. And then we're going to spin back 1, 2, 3, the Chimera, the Delta, and the ISM that we used, to then float into 5 and 6 from trash. So we get to delete the machine in order to delete the Goma, and then we end up making the promo Millennia again, which isn't really what we wanted. Obviously, you know, ideally here, what you would do is you would go into BT18 and then bang, take back turn by stacking that joint back to the deck, leaving the Delta in trash, obviously. Not the Delta, the Neptune in trash. Just enough to keep turn so then we can just like dome him for 2. Actually get some real damage, but not able to do that. Luckily, you know, we're in an okay position where it was on an off turn. He promoted. Double boost does suck. That does mean that we can get Neptuned. We do have 2 Digimon. So we're going to go Shark to get D-Digivolve, which is like a D-Digivolve 2 because we go from 7 out of 5, and we're going to turn into Maruki, and that guy has Rush Piercing. And we can't even redirect here into the Zed because he is bigger than us thanks to the +5. So we're just going to hold that and take the piercing check. That said, oh yeah, and then Nankanan hits a Analog Youth. We take those. So we're actually not in a terrible position. And 3 memory is enough to like assemble another Wicked God here. I say assemble, but like Wicked God Emerges, just like set up trash pretty aggressively. We also could just slam the Millennium. Unless we're going to do that. We're going to prioritize just slamming the Millennium. 1, 2, and 3. Digivolve and delete. Oh, that Sharkmon should have float. Well, should have milled to float. Something of note. I guess it's you may delete a Digimon. But yeah, yeah. Oops. Week 0, or week 1, I guess. This time we do get to actually start stacking, so we're going to be able to keep turn here. We're going to give the Maruki back now that we have an option for a 6. I wouldn't really want to give him Sharkmon back. But yeah, I totally thought we had a 4, so this ends up only choking to 1. But the 4 was still in hand. So ended up beefing the line, I guess, because just thought that there was a 4. So this is going to be the Agio play Homeros, which is pretty sick. And, you know, he can still just Neptune me. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. We don't have the pieces to float. Like if we had the moon, then I would probably moon in order to try and not Neptune. No blue source, so we cannot training, which does matter. Does matter a lot actually. So we're just gonna slam the Neptune. And it spins something with the least number of sources, so the Zed is just a lightning rod here. But we do get to swing 2 checks Alliance, and because of the Neptune, we're just too big. Too big to consider redirecting. We don't have retaliation here. And we don't have the... like, even if we tried to float... Oh, that's cute. Yeah, if we tried to float, then we'd try and delete the Neptune, but the Neptune can just, you know, suspend to protect, so we're just gonna take it. The problem is we don't... If we could Digicross, then we might have actually had a lethal line. But we just have the Delta... Chimera for 1 over the Delta. Try and delete it, and then this is going to be the Pagu. And then swing 14 at security. And then I need to end on a composite to try and... The problem is I actually couldn't clear the Neptune. I needed to find another pop, so I needed to actually make a machine here, which is really annoying. So we're instead just gonna Digicross and then delete the Millenni. Okay. Oh shoot, am I missing it? Oh yeah, because it plays 5 and 6. That's the problem. It's spin back 3 to play 5 and 6. It doesn't float into a new Millenni. So maybe instead should have just tried to play the 5 and 6. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna try and pick a different order so we actually get just a 5, which sucks. And because we don't have a machine on board, we can't get too much out of this. We're going to overclock and attempt to rig the deck with a 5 to the top, and then obviously it is going to protect, so we are going to swing in. And we do not have... Okay, we have 1 blocker. Homer's to sleep. But 6 memory is a lot. Especially because that's enough to Maruki suspend the blocker, swing through with piercing, and then we get to swing with the Dan Kanan after that. So that is going to be game 1.
Matrix Digivolution.
What's poppin', Tamers? We're back with Play Armour once again. A bunch of people ask me why I drink Play Armour, and it's because they sponsor me. Duh. Jokes aside, I actually was drinking Play Armour before all of that, because I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I find a lot of energy drinks to be too sweet, especially a lot of the powder brands. But the no sugar approach for player ammo and their focus on more tart, like sour flavors, really suits my palate. The fruit punch is really just fruity and packs a nice kick. The blue raspberry is really, really nice as well, nice and sour, kind of like when you get those slushies. If you want something a little bit on the sweeter side, there's the strawberry lemonade, which is more strawberry than it is lemonade. And they do have the lemon flavors as well. And I can tell you for a fact that the new black cherry flavor goes foolish. Yeah, the way I mix mine is by getting the dry powder in and then getting a little bit of water in and just mixing it around to try and make a slurry. Then I add up to half the bottle and shake it a baby. Once we get shuffled off for game number 2, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has shown up as a member. Unlike Chitose, who did not show up at all in that game, you're the real ones that help me do daily Digimon content. Get to go to 2 locals, like Justice for this one. We got the Tommy and T, Tommy Tricks on the sticks on the left side of your screen, Brad, King of Knights, Star Albert, Rich Life, Matthew Bowen, and Sacred Armor. And a thank you to our champions. On the pod squad, we got Shinny Carry, DHM, Andy Fing, Benji Giver, Kenneth Smith, Marto FGC, Craig and Security, Cody Deus, Stephen Holgen, Obsidian Cross, Retro Donkey, Pap, Kava, Good Boy TM, Samuel Larson, Soy Sauce, Bonsai Beard, Top, and Harlequin. And it looks like we have game number 2. Yours truly is going to choose to go first, and then my monster do be insanely synthetic. We're going to put a machine that has been cut from the list and a moon. Stinky. Once again, get him in the back, get him in the front. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This one's at least not going to get its free Evo, but still, value. No Dankanen this time, but still, in between theater, going to pick up Venus. We're going to make Delta and then pitch off a second moon just to add back the machine, just in case we end up needing it. Raid to not check security and just play for board. Another insane synthetic monster. Get the machine back in trash now with a Chimera tucked there nicely. We just need to find a Millennium. First, level 4 to the trash. Well, level 4 to the bottom of the deck, the 3 to the trash. And we're going to go for Wicked God Emerges here, just because we've already got Insane Synthetic Monster, which does pass 2. In hindsight, maybe I should have played the Millennium. The problem is just like, because the Millennium is a Digicross, you need the pieces in hand. So the BT18 one, like, you have to have pitched differently in order to play for it. So like if I was pitching the BT18 Millennium, I'd have to have kept a Chimera machine in hand in order to try and make it not extortionately expensive. It still would be coming down for 7, which is, you know, more than the assembly, but it's annoying. Well, Analog Youth coming down does not find me the piece I'm looking for. Another training. Then we get to unsuspend for 1. Which means we get to make Neptune, and yeah, you can see me looking in trash, and there's just not a lot of anything. But we do kind of have to play. What if I find it off the 4? Or off the Analog Youth? Well, we find Zed. That's cool, I guess. But Zed is, like, distinctly not what I need right now, but Machine is a Digicross piece. But my machine is, my Millennium is in hand. So we're just going to keep drawing cards. Sometimes you just draw, what is that, 2, 4, 6, plus 2 sets of 3, 12 cards. 12 cards, actually no, I guess it was 14 cards, not including draws for Evo. And we just didn't find promo Millennium. It'd be like that sometimes. Also, we are getting bulk decks, which is like blue flavor, so, you know, this is difficult, but aye, game is game. Neptune with 1 swing. Slide Evo to the Kalmara, give Battle Protection. I'm going to give it to herself. Can obviously give it over to the Neptune, but the Neptune's chilling. We got Diver. Load up the Shark. Yeah, we got options. Swing, unsuspend. Yeah. Swing and suspend game 1. Or check 1. Training into a second Neptune. Yeah, fair enough. Go for the throat. Like, there's no reason to not go for it. And we just, because of the 1 cost Uko Evo, we can't even make Millennium, so we are just going to scoop up, and that is unfortunately going to be how it is. Drew a whole lot of cards and played a whole lot of not Digimon. If you did like what you saw, at least from game 1, and you want to see more, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hopefully more EX11 cards will show up when I play my EX11 list. Today's your birthday and happy birthday. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.